Hello and welcome again to our tutorial and how to work with HTML. We will see this today. So far we have done with the installation and the setup, basic installation and setup. Just to recap, I will show how to configure again. So this is how you will use your base URL. Base URL basically is from your folder name, and after that you will need to create a route. You need to create a default controller. By default it is welcome. If you want to change it, you can change it from here. And then you need to configure the database. The database is by default username will be root and the password will be blank, and the database name will be the database name you already created in phpMyAdmin. For now we have this database called web class in our php.myadmin and with one table called members. If you want to extend the table, you can do it later, but so far we are using this web class database in this for this project. So here this is database, and after that you need to configure some autoload. So for now we have, if you want to use database, you need to add this database in your library, autoload libraries, and then session if you want to use session, and if you want any form validation authentication, you need this form validation, and if you use email controller, email template, you need to add these email libraries. After that you need some URL, some helper. So very basic helper is URL when you are using base URL. So this is URL helper. Then text helper is for language helper if you use another language and text, and then file helper for if you upload any file to your database. So you need this file helper. So far this is all the basic installation, basic configuration process, and now we will discuss about controller. Codeigniter is using controller, model and view. You already know that because Codeigniter is a MVC framework. MVC is for model, control and view. View is responsible for all the HTML elements, everything we can display in the browser, and controller is responsible for all the views, controller is responsible for the direction. Controller will direct whether this link will go to directly to the views or it will go through any other process. It will decide it in the controller section. And then we have model. Model is responsible only for the database, whether you are using database, whether you are putting anything into the database table or you are collecting from the database. Everything is decided in the controller, in the model. All the database thing will decided in the model. So today we will see how to convert any HTML project to PHP Codeigniter. So we have these two HTML file. One is index and another is contact. If you open this index, you will see this is the very basic HTML file, HTML page with two static element, navbar and footer, and another dynamic element in the middle. And if you click the contact us form, you will see also the navbar and the footer section is common, and the contact, sorry for the spelling mistake, I'll fix it later. On the contact section is the dynamic section, is the change, contact section will change. And if you click the home link, you will see the link already written in the HTML page. So you can go from one page to another page with this link. So you will show the code. How we linked. You already know that how to link with anchor tag, but we will show that later. And this two section, the navbar and the footer section, is the common for contact and for home both. But other section, the hello world and the contact form, is the different from home page and the contact page. So you can see the link here, this contact page. Let me first fix this. So this is our contact us HTML page. It will only include the HTML files, nothing else. So you can see it in here. You can see we have linked with bootstrap.css and we have linked with jQuery and bootstrap.js. All the bootstrap element is here. So right now we'll convert this HTML page to PHP, and you can see this is the common part, and this element is the different part from index and from contact page. So you can see the never and the top side is the same, but other element in the middle is the dynamic part. It will change, but top never and the footer part will not change. It is common for both contact and home page. So to convert, first we need a controller where our link will use the link here. So you can name it anything. So right now we are giving the name as dashboard.php. This is a blank controller. So we will copy everything from the welcome. You will get this welcome page when you install the Codeigniter. It will come to the Codeigniter. So we are taking everything from this welcome controller. Let me remove this. We don't need that. And this is also message item. We don't need that too. This is the comments item. So first you have to remember to change the class name. The class name will be as the controller name. Here class name will be dashboard, just like the controller name. Be careful with the spelling mistake. Everything need to be same as it is. Then we have a default method called index. So if you are using index, we don't need to write down the index file, because by default this is the index file. Method is by default for the dashboard, and this index method is calling a view item. So we have a landing view. Let me replace it to another name. So we can give the name as dashboard, and this does not need to be same as the controller name. So we are using dashboard underscore page. Just remember, don't use any space here or hyphen. You can use underscore. So we need to create a view just like this dashboard page in the view folder. So dashboard underscore page.php is our view name, and this view files will include only HTML and CSS item. Here we need to put all our HTML and CSS. So we will copy this from our index file, as we are converting our HTML to PHP. So we are copying everything from our HTML page and paste it to dashboard.php, dashboard page.php, and this dashboard is calling dashboard underscore page view. So whenever we are writing this link as dashboard, we should see the dashboard page. Here we can see the dashboard page. Everything is same. We just copy it from our HTML page to this view page, and we are going here from this dashboard controller. This dashboard controller is calling this view file with all the HTML CSS. So right now we are using online bootstrap, so we will change it to our offline bootstrap. We already have our bootstrap in our resource, as we already downloaded it from the website. So we will not use the online link. We will use our internal link. So first link it as link relationship is style sheet. In href you will write down the link. We have it in our resource in the css, and we will link this bootstrap.css. so it is under the resource, and we have the jQuery and bootstrap.js under this js folder. So we have our resource folder, then js folder, then css folder, and we link all the bootstrap css and js with this. So before we used to write the link as resource for the folder name, then the css next folder name, and then the file name. File is bootstrap.css, so it is linked with this project. But now as we are using the PHP, we are using the Codeigniter framework, we'll need to add something before this resource, some PHP program, PHP code this before this resource. So let me write it down here. Angle bracket, question mark, PHP echo base URL, base underscore URL, bracket, then semicolon, question mark, then angle bracket. It has to be this format. Don't forget to put anything other than this. This has to be as this. You can use the slash or not, that doesn't matter, but until the angle bracket it has to be same. So this is how we are linking the bootstrap from our resource folder. We are using the bootstrap here, and just like this we will add our our JavaScript, bootstrap JavaScript script and jQuery. So it will be the same, only the folder name and file name will be different, but first code will be same. PHP echo base URL, then the folder name resource, and our folder name JS, then jQuery.js. It is under this jQuery JS folder. And then we link with bootstrap.js. just let me copy this far because this is the same part. The res until the res folder is the same, and rest will be the different. So you can see now PHP echo base URL, then resource, then JS, then bootstrap.js. so if everything is same, if we are connected with the bootstrap, then everything will be fine, you will not get any error. But if it's not correct, you will get an error. This is how you can connect the bootstrap and the JS. So if you refresh this, if everything is okay, it will not show any error. But if it was not okay, it would have been showed any error. So right now is everything okay, so we are not getting any error. But if you click the link, you can see we are going to contact.html, and if you click the home, you are going to index.html, and we don't have any contact.html and index.html in our Codeigniter, so we need to change these two. In the index dot, you can see here you are going to in contact.html, but we don't have anything. Now we need to go to another controller. When you are using Codeigniter, you need to go to another controller. This is how you can go to another controller. Under the href, write down the PHP echo site URL, and under this bracket you will write down another controller name where you want to go. So now we want to go to contact page. So this contact page is under home and contact. I'm sorry, this is not under the home. Our controller name is dashboard. So let me rename it. So this is our dashboard. Under this dashboard, so we have to write down the dashboard. Under this dashboard we need another method called contact. This contact will call a contact page. So whenever we are using this link, it will go to this dashboard controller, and let me copy it. Under this dashboard controller we need a method called contact, and this contact method will call a view which will contain all the contact us view item. So this is called contact us page, and you need exactly like the same thing, exactly the same name under the view folder. You can copy it and rename it. So at last you need to add a .php. So you need a file named contact us page.php where you can call from dashboard contact. So this is the view file. That means it has to be something with HTML and CSS. So we are copying it from our previous contact page as we are converting the HTML page to PHP. So everything is same. We have our contact page here. Now if we click here, you should go to this contact page. Now everything is same, everything is okay, as we are going to dashboard and then contact. Okay, if you are going to contact, you will find a view. If you are going to contact, you will find a view named contact us page, where you will load a view, contact us view. So this is how you can convert any HTML file, any HTML template to PHP. And this is the basic item, any static file. And you have to remember that the base URL is for external resources for Bootstrap or CSS or JavaScript or pictures, and site URL is for link with controller to controller. Site URL will use to connect with one link to another link under one controller to another controller. So let me change the home controller as well, home link as well, because if we click the home link you will go to dashboard. So this is how you will change this PHP echo site URL and dashboard. Whenever you are clicking the home link, you will go to dashboard, and if you click contact page you will go to dashboard/contact. Here dashboard/contact. So this is how you can create a controller, and this is how you can go to one method to another method. And also if you don't want to go to same controller, you can create another controller named contact. So let me create another controller here, contact, and copy it from everything from dashboard and rename it the class contact, as this will be the same as contact name, contact file. Controller name and class name will be same, and for this contact index will be for contact page. So we don't need the last part here. That means this contact page will call by default, it will go to index and index will go to contact us page. So this is how. Now we don't need the dashboard because it is going to directly to a controller, separate controller, which is contact, and this contact will call a view. So now if you click the home, if you click the dashboard you will see the home page, and if you click the contact it is going directly to contact page. It is not going to dashboard and then contact. No, it is not, it is going directly to a contact controller. Okay, now we don't need that because we have a separate controller for the contact page. And index is because by default you don't write the name index, because index is for the controller, default method for the controller. And also don't forget the bracket. This bracket is for everything and everything under this controller, and this two bracket is for the this method. these two bracket is for this method, and the top and bottom bracket is for everything under this controller. So do not forget the brackets are important. So we have two controller, one is for contact and another is for dashboard. And you can see the index. We don't need a separate method. If we have index is for the same controller. If we have another method called feedback, let's say, so we have to write it down in our link. So we are not calling any view here. I am just writing something just to check if the link is working. So I am echoing something here, some string. So if you want to go there, if you want to show this item, we have to write the link in the URL. So you have to write it down, first the class name and then the method. So class name is, controller name is contact, then the feedback. So you can see this method is working. And if you see the index, it is showing the same thing. If you don't use the index, it will also show the same result, because index is for the default controller. Here I am not using index.php because I already removed it from my link. But if your link is not working properly, you need to put this index.php, then your link will work properly. That's how you can, in our next video we will see how to create a dynamic. This is a static page. In our next video we will see how to create a dynamic page. So thank you for watching.